So I'm sitting here today with one of our very best producers out of Lexington, Massachusetts, Steve Stratford.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome, Steve.
Thank you.
A little background on Steve. He's been in business how many years now? 32 years?
More like 35.
35 years.
Exactly.
You've been doing it for a long time.
Yes.
You've seen pretty much any kind of deal you could out there.
I have.
Right?
Yeah.
So tell me, what makes you unique? Steve did top year, I think a couple of years ago, close to 50 million in volume. Very successful, great with developers, just a master on the deal. So tell us what you do that makes you unique. What do you focus on with your business?
I kind of like what you just said, so we should really wrap it up at there. But if you want my additional input, it's relationships. I grew up in town. I lived here for 40 plus years. And so I'm very connected with all of the comings and goings of Lexington, its history, its current situations. And whether it's the builder community or just regular listers or buyers, it's the value of the connection and the relationship. And I make them whenever and wherever I can and maintain them well.
So in building relationships, that's a pretty common theme for most agents, but what is it that you do that makes you unique? How do you build these relationships the way you have?
I think you're right. It is thought of as a very common thing, but the actual application and the continuous effort that it takes to maintain these relationships, that's the hard part and the part that I find easy. We have local newspapers, we have a lot of different media. If I see a client that has a child just graduate, or they just got an award, or something interesting happened in their neighborhood, there's an easy way for me to reach out, call them, text them, email them, snip out the article and send it with a little note that really impresses people. Like, look at you, you're watching me on the newspaper. Little things like that constantly keep you in touch. If you have a client appreciation party, or little items like that throughout the year that lets them know you're thinking about them and that you're busy.
So in the year, take a great market out of the picture. But the year that, if you could look back in the year that you were really grooving it, you were doing everything, what was it that was the key outside of other years?
Gosh, I mean, this is not going to be very self-serving to me, but if I think back on the best year or some of those years, a lot of that is just, it's the momentum and the weight of the marketplace. But when things are booming, they have so many choices and so many distractions thrown at them, a buyer or a seller. That's when I thrive, because they go to a tried and true agent. It's not just when things are tough, you get that anyways, but when things are good, they realize this is a great opportunity and I want to maximize it. So I need somebody that can help me maximize my return, not just be an order taker.
Yeah.
So those years, and then once I recognize that's what's going on in the market momentum, and I've got more and more clients coming out of the woodwork, I'll double down my efforts to make sure I can cash in on that.
Yeah. So before we go, Steve's a great guy. He's actually pretty funny too. So we're usually joking around a little more than we are today.
That's true. We're very serious.
If you did have a joke, now would be the time to tell it.
Well, I could start with the socks you have on, but I don't want to do that because I love you. Those are interesting socks. Trust me, you don't want to see them, but Chris is a stylish guy. I love him. I've seen him with the full beard, the clean shaved look. He's a fine fella.
Ever evolving, right, guys?
Ever. I love that. You're like Madonna in a different genre, but I love that. Yes. That is a compliment.
The Madonna of real estate.
I don't know how that would look on a bumper sticker or a card, but
I'll talk to our marketing folks about that one.
Yeah, see what they have to say.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Steve. I appreciate you taking the time. He's a great agent. Reach out to him if you ever want to know anything about Lexington, Massachusetts or the surrounding areas. And we'll see you soon.